And before we know where we are, we'll be at the end of December, and we'll be looking down the barrel, as it were, to the year of 2019. And on New Year's Eve here in the Octagon, of course, it's a great family occasion. And entertaining in the Octagon, well, the Oxo Cubans have been doing it for how many years now, Craig Reeves?
25 next year.
25 now. How many years have you been in the Octagon on New Year's Eve?
We've done 4 before. We did 2005, 2006, 2005 to 2008.
And you remember everyone distinctly, don't you?
We do. They were really good shows. The crowd started off at about 7,000 or 8,000, and when we finished, they were around about 15,000.
Yeah.
The following year, so it built up really well.
And as far as you, Kelvin Cummings, are concerned, how many times have you performed in the Octagon on New Year's Eve now?
This will be my second. The first time I did it 3 years ago with Idle Frets, just as a two-piece for the opening, and then now being able to have the opportunity to be able to perform with the Oxos as the headline act from 10 o'clock onwards is something to be excited about.
Now, the Oxo Cubans have been the incubator for many acts, haven't you?
We've had a few people through the band. We've had about 400 odd people.
Give or take.
Were you one of those, Kelvin?
Oh, yeah, and I've got my 401 cap ready to go, yeah.
We've done it. We've been doing a bit of work with Kelvin. We were lucky enough to, he came and saw us a couple of years ago and asked if we would record and co-produce his album, his last album, which was a lot of fun. We did that down at Port Chalmers Recording Service, the old Chicks Hotel.
Yes.
Very nice studio. Tom Bell down there is an excellent engineer. And since that, we've done a few shows with Kelvin promoting the album. Kelvin's worked with us in what we do and corporate work and things like that. And then he came to us and said, New Year's Eve is a possibility. Would you guys be interested in strapping on the old saddle again and going back to the Octagon?
And they were like, yes, sure, I would love to.
It's been 10 years since we did it, so we thought we'd have another go.
There you go. You can't have too much of a good thing. You've got to have a gap between now and then, haven't you? So what's lying ahead for you, Kelvin, in the next 12 months? Because you seem to be all over the place.
Well, it's much of muchness, really. We're obviously performing with the Oxo Cubans is a big thing. I'm doing a lot of my own music individually and with Idle Frets, the two-piece.
Yep.
But I'm still doing the songwriting thing. So we've got, obviously, Craig alluded to the last album, which is fantastic, and it did really, really well over in Australia and overseas. So there's other tracks that are kind of me in the kind of the background and things, so that next time we'll be able to have a lot more Dunedin or your New Zealand written tracks, which have just got a real kind of unique Kelvin Cummings and
I was going to say, not Dunedin, not New Zealand, but they will be the Kelvin Cummings.
They'll be the Kelvin Cummings sound, yeah. It'll be fantastic. And other than that, obviously, your Monday to Friday, I'm still being a teacher up at East Otago High School as well, and that brings its own responsibilities and challenges as well.
That's why he's here. See, they're on holiday.
That's right.
Yes, we are. It's great.
How did the exams go for them all this year? Do you know?
Oh, mixed bag. The ones who put the study in, I'm sure did really, really well, and the other ones, I'm sure they enjoyed getting up to sit an exam. It was good.
Gosh, that's very diplomatically put, isn't it? Yes. Is there a lifestyle to be made in doing what you're doing, Kelvin, away from the teaching? Is there an opportunity to make a buck out of it?
I think there is. It's a completely different world to what it used to be. The whole being able to play stadium gigs and things and be able to be recognised by record labels is kind of almost a thing of the past. I think you've got the likes of your YouTube sensations, your Spotify's, your pretty much everything up in the cloud, where people by and large nowadays are buying less CDs or less albums and things, so it becomes more of kind of one of those quirky things to be able to have on your shelf, kind of like what LPs have done that big resurgence of. So a lot of the music nowadays is done digitally, so you'll be able to recognise how many people are buying your stuff from that there. And saying that though, and like there are absolute upsides to it. You've got a whole pile of people who are able to access your music, and it's fantastic for your indie artists and people who aren't established to your Sonys and various other bits. They can be recognised by anybody in the world. So from France, Germany, States, it's great.
Yeah. You're not reliant on, the record company promoting you all over the place because people can pick you up.
Absolutely. And it's just a matter of being able to establish that relationship with your audience and to have them on your journey and just to constantly recognise them and have them recognise you and just kind of almost travel the path together, which is really, really exciting. And it's it means that you're a lot closer to your audience as well. So anybody who comes to the show on New Year's Eve, that's coming straight from my Facebook page and various other bits. You know that they're coming for a great show, and they're coming to support, and they're coming because they really, really love your music and love you, which is, you can't ask for any more than that.
This is the thing, you know, we get reaction from all around the world. I'm listening to you in Germany at the moment, sort of thing, you know, and you sit there, and it's a bit frightening, isn't it, Craig, for us old
codgers? It's scary stuff. I remember the wireless.
Oh, yes, you turned it on, and it took a while for the valves to heat up, and then you'd get somebody who would come along, and because it wasn't making a noise straight away, they'd turn the volume right up.
That's right.
And then they'd leave it there because it still wasn't making a noise, and then about 5 seconds later, all hell would break loose.
It was a definite step up from the drums in the caveman caves.
Almost, but not quite, depending on the standard of the reception of the radio. Yes. And as far as the Oxo Cubans are concerned, you're still doing it.
We're doing all sorts of things. We try and do as a wider variety of gigs as we can, shows we can, work with as many people as we can to keep it interesting, which it does do. We've got a busy year coming up. We'll have our own theatre shows coming up this year. Just our normal diet of corporate and private work, which keeps the band working, because we've wait, we're going to record our own stuff this year, which is we've dabbled with over the years, but we've never really had the time because the band's been constantly working. It's what the entity is. It works, it plays, it does shows. But we had a chat amongst ourselves and thought, now in the possible twilight of our career, it's time to sit down and write our own music, and mainly for our own satisfaction, I suppose. And if other people like it, great. So that's on the cards for this coming year.
With your covering of all styles, basically, isn't it? You've got a bit of everything in your repertoire. Has the band sort of gone along one direction with its own compositions, with its own style, with its own music?
Well, we all have different personal favourite styles, I think. Like Doug, our keyboard player, he's from the jazz world initially, and he's a fantastic jazz pianist. He does everything else, but that's where he really likes to live. Marcel from Mother Goose has got that hard rock stadium feel about him, and I've come from the kind of the country music world initially. So that's a meld of three different styles, but for us, fortunately, it's worked really well. So we don't really have anything hard and fast, but we're interested to see what's going to come out of the writing and out of the recording. But the thing that we're really, really happy about is that we're still doing it. You know, I'm serious. You know.
Yeah, no, fair comment. Fair comment.
And that Dunedin allows us to do it. You know, we're in an environment here where people have been incredibly supportive of what we've done. I can't think of a bad year we've had as far as the community band relationship goes. It's just been everything's led on to something else, and it continues to do so, you know. And we've been lucky enough to be involved with a lot of charitable organisations, the hospice and all those community organisations. The radio station yourself, you guys have been fantastic to what we've done over the last few years, you know, so you've always been supportive. It's a nurturing environment in Dunedin, so we're very grateful for that.
All right. Well, all we can say as we look forward to the CD that comes out, which will be full of country jazz rock music.
And Patagonian nose flute music. That's my
I thought you had to throw that one in, didn't you? Yes. All right. All right, Craig, well, to you and Oxo Cubans, all the best for New Year's Eve, and all the best for what lies ahead. And Kelvin, thanks for coming in.
Thank you very much.
All the best to you guys too.
Yeah.
Hope everything goes well for you.
Thanks for having us.
I'm sure it will.
Any time at all, you know, just bring the coffee in, you'll be fine. And your Patagonian nose flute.
Yeah, haven't you heard of Patagonian nose flute music? It's fabulous, though.
Goodbye.
Just makes you want to dance.
See ya.